Hello and welcome to Inside China Today. I'm Tara Sunderland and here are some of the stories that we're following for Thursday, August 27th. State-run media assert a dike breach was caused in part by corruption. 30 are put to death in a mass execution by a firing squad, and U.S. evangelist Pat Robertson brings the word to China. A dike breach in Zhejiang August 7th, which officials claim killed 78 people, was the result of corruption, an editorial in the China Daily said on Thursday. The embankment did not contain a steel reinforcement structure. Corruption played a role, the editorial said, implying that officials siphoned money from flood protection and construction efforts. Chinese journalists have called into question the official figure of 78 dead, saying they saw bodies strewn all over and that officials admitted to them that thousands were initially unaccounted for. The report comes as Vice Prime Minister Wen Jiabao warned Thursday that the flood threat is not over yet as preparations for flooding on the Yellow River get underway. Economic losses from the floods could drive economic growth goals from the coveted 8% to 7.3%, an economist said on Thursday. 30 criminals were put to death by a mass firing squad in the southern city of Shenzhen, the Special Zone Daily reported on Thursday. 53 people were sentenced simultaneously on Wednesday as part of the nation's anti-crime Strike Hard campaign. Their crimes ranged from murder, robbery, theft, to illegal arms dealing. 39 were sentenced to death, with 9 sentences being suspended. It was the largest mass execution ever carried out in Shenzhen. Human rights group Amnesty International asserted in its 1997 report that China has carried out more executions since 1990 than the rest of the world combined. The exact number of executions in China is unknown and is considered a state secret. U.S. evangelist Pat Robertson met with Prime Minister Zhu Rongji on Thursday, the People's Daily reported. Robertson, chairman of the Christian Broadcast Network, and his delegation were invited to China by the State Bureau of Religious Affairs, the Daily said. Zhu said China would welcome visits by more U.S. religious personalities. Robertson described himself during the meeting as, quote, a friend of the Chinese people, end quote, despite vehement criticism while in the U.S. of China's family planning policies and religious suppression. Robertson said he admired China's economic achievements and expressed sympathy for the millions of flood victims. Taiwan has increased restrictions on visits by mainland officials deemed as hard-line, the Liberty Times in Taiwan reported on Wednesday. The paper cited an example where 13 out of 15 Chinese officials were denied visas. The stricter guidelines would target hardliners, the paper claimed, but added that specific details have not been released. The report comes days after China denied a request that a Taiwanese official accompany the families of 6 Taiwanese tourists killed Sunday in China's northeastern province of Gansu. Previously, few visas by Chinese officials were denied, the paper said. And that's Inside China Today. For the European Internet Network, I'm Tara Sunderland.